Hey, welcome back, everybody. Today, Manny reads Nightwing 81. Great issue today. Again, art is amazing by Bruno Redondo. Tom Taylor still not missing with any issues. This cover right here is Heartless holding Nightwing in his hand. It's pretty much what's happening in the issue. It's a great cover, all red basically. It's got that halftone in there that Bruno Redondo loves, and I love it just as much. And yeah, no, this is a great issue. Let's just go ahead and jump right in. Melinda Zucco is being sworn in as the mayor. Last couple issues, the actual mayor was killed by Blockbuster, and since she was the next runner-up, here it is. She's the mayor. It makes no sense, other than the fact that you know what? Never mind. I take that back. I was gonna say it makes no sense that she's becoming mayor, seeing how her name is Zuko. They are swearing in Melinda Zucco, and I feel like anyone with Zuko would have biases against them. So I just don't feel like they would be pretty good in office. But she does have the mob backing her. She has Blockbuster backing her, Maroney. Okay, it does make sense that she becomes the mayor, and there's nothing holding her back because of her name. Uh, Once she gets sworn in, she gets taken to this room in the back, and it looks like Kingpin is right there. I swear I turned the page and I was like, Kingpin, what's he doing in DC? But no, it's Blockbuster. It's just the way he's drawn. Later on, you can see that he's got his little hair pulled back and everything. But they are there to congratulate. I mean Blockbuster, Maroney, and just a couple of other crime families. Congratulate her for becoming the mayor. They're trying to give her like a cash bribe. She's like, no, like I don't use cash, so can you put that in my account? And they're like, all right, that's fine. They look they look disappointed, honestly. He's like, there's no ceremony to that, but okay, I can put this into your account. Um, and that's just it. It's just like a little pat on the back for her. Then we move back to the ending of issue number 80 of Nightwing, where we left off with Nightwing face to face with Heartless, and he's got two homeless kids behind him. So we get back to that scene, and Heartless immediately puts out the fire and gives these kids a way to escape. So Nightwing's a little confused, like what's your game here? You started this fire, now you're letting them escape. And he's like, I don't want to watch them burn to death. He's like, I got other plans for them. And so with that, he starts to take out his gun that removes hearts, and he shoots Nightwing. And of course, Nightwing dodges. They get into their fight, and immediately Nightwing realizes he has underestimated Heartless. And Heartless is fast and he's strong. He's enhanced. So he's able to get some good hits on Nightwing in his head too. So that's bad because, as I hope you know at this point, Nightwing was shot in the head. So any hits to the head, it's not that great. Not a good idea. But he has tactics to use against superhuman beings, which makes sense in his world, right? So he's able to easily fend off Heartless because even though he's fast and strong, he has no technique, he has no training, and he's easily angered by Nightwing's taunt, and so Nightwing's just kind of narrating everything that's going on, and he's not happy about it. But Heartless is disappointing in my eyes. See that right there, him being angry easily, not having any training. It's just he seemed more formidable. I mean, he has the strength and the speed, yes, but he just seemed like he was more in control. And after this here, he seems a little off. As off as you can be with doing the things that you're doing, stealing people's hearts. But he just doesn't seem in control of himself, basically. And so yeah, but he does plan to, because the kids are gone, and Nightwing says, "What's your plan here?" And he's like, "Well, I didn't want to watch them burn, but all the kids ran towards the pier. Everyone ran exactly where I wanted them to go, and Tim Drake is actually there as well." And he reveals that he's going to blow up the pier. So immediately, Nightwing tells Tim to be careful, and then he asks Oracle to connect him to like a Mayday distress signal of the boats around, of anybody around within distance. and he does send that distress. He's Mayday, Mayday, kids in distress. We're going to need as many flotation devices as possible. Please come and help. And no answer. And then he sends the message again. No answer. Oracle and Tim immediately are like, no, like we can't really depend on the niceness of the people of Bludhaven. Like I don't what's your plan here, Nightwing? And Nightwing doesn't lose hope. He says, give me something to fight for. Give me the reason of why I'm fighting for this city. And then we get the first call, the first response from the Devon. They say that they're 3 minutes away. They're on their way. Then we get a call from the Sealy, the Jurgens, the Leonardi. So his faith is renewed. It's validated. This is why he fights for this city. There are good people in this city. And this is a small proof. And it's a very heartwarming scene. I definitely loved it. And another thing that I really liked about it was the names. I don't know if you caught them. I don't know who the Devon is, but Jurgens, Sealy, Leonardi, these are all writers of Nightwing from the past. So Tom Taylor, that's a great little nod to the people before you. I really appreciated that. At the sign of seeing that everybody is coming to the rescue, I think this allows Nightwing to relax a little bit. And when he relaxes, he faints. He did get hit in the head, and he's got a concussion already from other things. So he faints. Oracle and Robin bring him back to his apartment, and that's where he wakes up. He's like, "What's going on?" Oracle catches him up, and Tim calls his dog Haley Bitewing, and Dick immediately is like, "No, her name. It's a good name, but her name's Haley." And I really like the little back and forth because Tim's like, "Are you telling the people in this room that we can't have more than one name?" And it's a good point, honestly. And Bitewing does sound great, but the best part about this scene, though, other than the art, is what's her name? Barbara's shirt. She's got a shirt and it shows Batman slapping Robin, that classic meme. And I gotta say, I laughed a good bit when I first saw that. I stared at it for a bit. But they move on, and Barbara catches Dick up on the fact that a new mayor has been appointed, Mayor Zucco, Melinda Zucco, and he immediately wants to go and talk to her, and they say, no, you just got hit in the head. Again, you got hit in the head, you have a concussion, you got shot in the head, you need to recover, sleep, or drink water and sleep for at least 8 hours. And he's like, okay, that makes sense. But then immediately after, I don't know, a couple hours, he suits up, he rushes over to Zuko's house, and as he's sneaking in, really like the attention to detail of how he's sneaking in, like what's he doing, why he's holding the baton on the window and cutting everything on the side. It's just small details, but I love it. And so he sneaks in immediately. Barbara calls him out, says, what are you doing? Shouldn't you be sleeping, drinking water, something like that? And he's like, no, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. She's like, I am connected to your camera, so you can't really lie to me. But because she's connected to his cameras, she is able to see that there's somebody sneaking to his left and is able to warn him. He ducks out of the way. It's a little tiny scene where this person is trained, not as strong or fast as Heartless, but is trained in fighting. So he's trying to get away from her. He's backing up. He falls under the stairs, and then bam. Melinda Zucco takes him out with the bat. One swing of the bat, that's all it took. And he wakes up, he's tied up, and he's not wearing his mask. It's at this point where I don't understand how someone took off his mask. We've seen time and time again, Batman has some kind of security with his mask, whether it be a shock of electricity or just, I don't know. I think at one point I recall like having the fingertip sensors or something. I may be making that up, but I recall like you can't just take off his mask. Why doesn't he have the same security? So that's a little far-fetched in my eyes, but it happens. Zuko's the one that took off his mask, and she immediately recognizes him. She says, Dick Grayson? And he goes, well, you know who I am? And he said, well, I know who you are. And he breaks out of his rope bindings, and he goes off on her. He's like, I know who your dad is. You shouldn't be mayor. Tell me one good reason why I shouldn't stop you. All these, he's just yelling in anger. And she just responds calmly. She says, "I'm your sister." And she explains how she found out that her father is John Grayson. They don't explain how she found out, but that's it. That's how it ends. They're looking at each other. He's looking at her in disbelief. She's looking at him kind of defiantly, I guess. But I mean, obviously, she's had more time to take this in. She just found out who Nightwing is, so she may be going through that. But other than that, she's cool, calm, and collected, and that's how it ends. That's a great little cliffhanger. This, to me, it's an 8 out of 10 solely because of the reveal. 8 out of 10 because it was great up until the end. It's positive for the fight scenes. The way he's able to use his tactics away around Heartless and is able to manipulate the fight, even though he's obviously weaker and slower. It just shows the training that he has, and I do like seeing that. The hope that he has for the city and the fact that it was validated and the city answered with how he wanted them, that was great. That was a great scene. Tom Taylor shouting out all the other writers, that was great. And the art, I don't think I'm ever going to stop mentioning the art when it comes to Nightwing, but the art and the memes from this issue, perfect. Loved it. Bitewing and Batman slapping Robin. That's good stuff. But this is a positive and negative. Is just the ending. The reveal that Zucco is his sister. Right now, currently, for me, it's a negative. I don't like this. I was talking about this with Teresa Parker in Amazing Spider-Man. I don't like it. It just seems out of nowhere, and it just doesn't make sense that the world's greatest detective did not know. Either, you know what, he probably did know. He found out, he just didn't tell her. But it just really weird. Tell him, it's really weird that that Batman did not know that Melinda Zucco either existed or that it was Dick's sister. Just doesn't add up. I don't see that. But it is what it is. You know, you don't know what you don't know. So Batman not knowing that he had a sibling had no reason to go digging deep for that. So there's that reasoning. I don't like it. So as of right now, it's a negative, but it can turn into a positive later on, depending on how they use her. It could turn into like a positive that he has a sister. I foresee that she's gonna double cross Blockbuster and Nightwing, and she's gonna have her own plans, and it might just be false that she is his sister, or even if they are really related, she's not gonna be on the good side. I hope that she's gonna be on the good side always. It is his sister or not, but they just become really good acquaintances, friends, whatever, and she's just another ally. But I don't know. I'm a pessimistic, so I don't see good things in Nightwing's future, other than the fact that he has an amazing team writing his story at the moment. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow, and if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and like and share it with your friends. Thank you so much.